Following video is a glimpse into my daily life while experiencing what it's like to have COVID-19. I decided to bring this series back because I'm literally quarantining right now after testing positive for the virus. So I figured, you know what? Let's throw it back to 2020 and bring back an old classic. So this is hopefully the final episode ever of the Quarantine Chronicles. So, how this all started, if you watched This Week with Big C on Sunday of the previous week, you notice that, at the beginning of the week, I came down with a cold. And at first I thought that's all it was because I was just experiencing bad cold symptoms. I didn't have a fever, I hadn't lost my sense of smell or taste yet, and it just felt like a bad cold, which was annoying to me mostly because I'm still not in a great situation right now. I need to work, I need to go make some money. So obviously the need to go make money was strong, but at the same time I have to be responsible when it comes to health, especially during this day and age. Even if I didn't have the virus, it would still be irresponsible of me to go to work when I was coughing and sneezing constantly. So thankfully I was off last Sunday, so I decided to use that and Monday as kind of days where I could stay home, recover, try to get better. Monday rolls around and the symptoms get really bad. So, but again, no fever, no loss of taste and smell, just cold symptoms. So I figured, you know what? It'll be okay. I'll get myself some cold medicine, I'll take that, I'll go to bed early, do everything I possibly can to try to rest up and hopefully be at least decent by the next day. Wake up the next day and it's worse. More cold symptoms. They hadn't gone away yet, but now I had headaches, I had fatigue, and I was starting to lose my sense of smell and my sense of taste. Especially, and I knew that's what it was because the overall congestion had gone away. So I could smell through my nose. So usually when that happens and you have just a cold, everything starts to go back to normal. I can taste stuff, but it's it may not be as strong as it is if you're not congested, but I could still taste everything and smell everything and be okay. But that wasn't the case. I was clearing up, but I couldn't taste anything. It was very strange. That's when I came to the realization that there's a chance I might have the virus. And immediately I looked at ways that I could get tested. There wasn't any easy options that day, so I waited until the next day, had to call out of work a second day in a row, just to see if there was some way I could get tested. And I ended up on Thursday, so several days later, finally ordering an at-home test just to see what it said, although at that point I was pretty sure that that's what I had because I was pretty constantly experiencing headaches, fatigue. Most of the cold symptoms had gone away at that point, but the biggest thing was I still couldn't taste anything, couldn't smell anything. So at that point, I was pretty sure that I had the virus. So I got an at-home test, brought via Instacart, took the at-home test, and I was positive. I had a feeling I was, but it was proof. And then on Saturday, I actually got an appointment, Friday, I got an appointment to get tested at an actual testing site over in Kissimmee. So I went over there. That was a tough experience just because it doesn't matter if you have an appointment or not, at least in this center's case, you still had to wait a pretty long line. I waited about 45 minutes in the heat, which considering that I was sick was not great. Another thing that you learn, and I'll talk about this a little bit more when I get to kind of the section about things that you kind of experience and things you may not know to be careful about when you have the virus, is you dehydrate very easily. So I actually was pretty dehydrated when I went to this testing site, and it was not good. There was one point where I felt like I might pass out. I didn't, thankfully, but I felt like I could have. So thankfully I made it through. I got tested, got out of there as quickly as I could, and quickly went to a place where I could get some water and drink a lot of water to get me through the rest of the day. I'm still waiting on the test results. Today, of course, is Sunday, day 8 of this whole experience. So, yeah, I'm still waiting on the actual test results to see what's going on. But, I mean, I already tested positive with the at-home test, and now I just need that to further validate that I have the virus. So that's kind of a recap of everything that's happened over the past week. Again, you can see kind of my more real-time reactions if you watch This Week with Big C from this past week. But I wanted to kind of start this video, since this is the official Quarantine Chronicles, talking about that. So now I want to go into a little more detail on things that are important when it comes to my case specifically, but also people's cases in general. First off, I am fully vaccinated. I got the Johnson & Johnson COVID vaccine back in May, on May 5th to be precise, and I still got it. So the virus can still happen. You can still catch the virus even if you're fully vaccinated. People, I think, would understand that by now, but not everybody does. The big thing is, I'm still very, very happy that I was vaccinated, because if I wasn't, it would be a lot worse. So even if you're a little skeptical, if all you are is skeptical, I would recommend getting the virus. Highly recommend. As someone who has now experienced this disease, you want to be vaccinated, because I can guarantee everything that I've gone through so far would be significantly worse if I wasn't vaccinated. So please get vaccinated if you can, safely. Obviously, if you have medical conditions or other concerns, maybe not, but if you are healthy and physically able to go and get vaccinated, please do. Anyway, so I am fully vaccinated. I don't have an exact time frame as to when I could have been exposed. All I know is I've had a few of my coworkers come out and say that they also tested positive, so I probably got it at work. That's my guess. The previous 2 days before I started experiencing symptoms, I was at work, so most likely I did get it from work, which is unfortunate, but you know, that's how it is, especially because Orlando is kind of a hot spot when it comes to virus-related activity. So the big things you want to know if you are unfortunate enough to get this, like I said before, you definitely want to hydrate, have liquids available at all times. Even if you prefer to drink other things besides just plain water, have water available at all times. At least in my case, I can't taste anything. So even though I may prefer other beverages, like, you're not going to be able to taste as much or anything compared to how you normally do. Now, I will tell you, in terms of that, I can still taste certain elements of a beverage. Like if I drink a soda, I can tell that it's sweet and I can tell that it's carbonated. I just can't taste flavor, which is really frustrating. Probably the most frustrating thing about this whole situation is the fact that I can't taste anything. Like, if everything else, I mean, I've gone through worse, but the fact that I can't taste anything and haven't been able to taste anything for several days now is incredibly frustrating. So just be prepared for that. You still want to eat though, because I know one thing that I've had a trouble with is because I can't taste anything, it's been making me less inclined to want to eat anything. And you need to eat, just you can't taste it. So still get food, preferably like healthier food that you can eat. One thing I've kind of tried to do, not as much, but a little bit, is like try to find stuff that I normally don't enjoy because of the flavor. Because as long as the texture is fine, like I can't tell the difference. So I've been trying to try other stuff just to see how it is. And you it's working okay. So that's probably going to be the most annoying part, at least it has been for me, is the fact that you can't taste anything. So that's frustrating. Otherwise, you're going to be very low energy. That's one thing that I've experienced pretty much the whole time is, even things you normally think aren't a lot of energy, or don't take up a lot of energy, take out a lot more than you think. Could be something simple as like one of the things that I haven't had a lot of energy for lately is editing. Which editing you think doesn't take a lot of time, or it takes a lot of time, but you don't think it would take a lot of energy. Sitting in that chair and focusing on that screen and like having to pinpoint motions and stuff for a long time does take up a lot of energy, at least for the little that I have. So even things like I wanted to play video games, I haven't played almost any since I've been out, because focusing on the screen and having to deal with like motions is tough. So I've pretty much mostly spent my time watching videos on YouTube. That's just how it is. Now, other tip I would recommend is if you live with somebody else, whether it's the rest of your family or a roommate or roommates, always have a mask within easy access. What Corey and I have been doing, because obviously we live in the same apartment, so like I can't really isolate. So pretty much anytime I have to go out of my bedroom, I put on a mask, or if like we're talking, we usually both put on masks, just to make sure that there's no chance that I can infect anyone else. So it's kind of annoying because, normally your house is one of the few places where you don't have to wear a mask, but in this situation, you kind of have to wear it everywhere. The couple times that I've gone out since I tested positive, I've worn masks outside. I've worn it literally anywhere that there's any chance I could be near another person, just because I don't want to infect anybody. And that's the responsible thing to do. So definitely do that if you absolutely have to go out for some reason if you get this. So yeah, that's kind of everything that's going on, everything that I've experienced, and kind of a timeline of how it all happened. So what's going on right now is I'm still waiting on the results of my second test. Once those results come in, I have to send those into HR for Disney, and hopefully with those results properly documented, because I already had a conversation with health services, they'll pay me for my time away. That's the hope, because I desperately need that. So, and that's good. I mean, at least I'll be able to afford stuff, assuming I actually get paid for all this, which I think a lot of it's just going to depend on that test. Again, I don't know why I wouldn't properly be tested positive, just because I already took an at-home test the day before, and I'm still clearly experiencing symptoms. So I definitely feel like I should get a positive test. But as soon as that comes in, I can submit that to HR, and hopefully that will allow me to get paid for my time that I've been away quarantining myself. Otherwise, currently I am scheduled to come back to work on Thursday. So I'm off Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So 4 days left of my quarantine. I should be okay to come back on Thursday, assuming I have no symptoms, which at this point I'm still experiencing them, so who knows. And that's good because I actually had plans on Friday, but again, I can't commit to anything right now because all of it's going to depend on how my recovery goes. So as of today, Sunday, that's the plan. So I'm going to be staying home for the next 4 days, potentially going back to work on Thursday. And then, assuming I'm healthy and don't have to call out on Thursday because of not being fully recovered, I should be able to kind of resume normal life on Friday. So we'll see. I'm going to document my progress like we did back in the good old days throughout the week. However, obviously I can't go outside really. I'm trying to avoid any contact to the outside world just because, again, I'm trying to be responsible and keep quarantined. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on. Kind of a long-winded explanation. And this is probably going to be a fairly long video, but I just wanted to give you all a heads up and a full outline of everything that has gone on. So there you go. Now let's see what happens the rest of the week. Hello everybody, it is Monday and still experiencing some symptoms, although they do appear to be lessening a bit finally. It has been over a week, so I just cooked some pizza and I can kind of faintly smell it, so I think I am starting to get my sense of smell back, which is something. So hopefully in the next few days I will start to get my sense of smell and sense of taste back. Once that comes, things will get a lot better, so that's good. I'm supposed to go back to work in a couple days, so I'm going to use these days to just recover and rest as much as I can. I've been doing a lot of editing on the BigCTV Plays channel, because since I can't upload any main channel videos right now, because I can't do taste tests when I can't taste anything, and I don't have enough content I can think of right now that would work on the main channel besides taste tests. I'm uploading a bunch of stuff on the Plays channel to kind of make up for it, so if you want to see a whole bunch of content, check out the Plays channel. But I'm doing okay. My left hand is really sore still. I think it's because of gout, not because of COVID, but it's been sore. My wrist has been sore and my hand has been sore pretty much since this whole started. So my guess is it's probably gout, and my body's probably fighting the infection of COVID first. And then because of that, this just isn't healing as quick as I'd hope it would. So that's my guess. I don't know that for sure, but I just want my hand to get better because it is a hindrance, that is for sure, and it hurts. I've been taking pain relievers, so hopefully, actually I'm about due for another one, so hopefully the pain will start to go down again. But I also found out today, unfortunately, despite our best efforts, Corey also has COVID now, so he's going to be out for a little while, which is not good at all for our combined well-being. But there's not a whole lot we can do about it, and I kind of expected that to happen, considering, we live in a pretty small apartment, and we have been wearing masks around each other to try to prevent that from happening, but I guess that wasn't enough, so oh well, we did what we could. But yeah, he's got it now, so hopefully his symptoms won't be as severe as mine were. But yeah, that's really all I got for today. I'm hoping that my sense of taste and sense of smell will come back soon, because that's by far the worst part about this whole thing. And hopefully I can get my energy up again soon as well. Hey everybody, it is Tuesday. A couple little updates. I might record another video later in the day. But it appears my test that I took on Friday is finally being tested at the lab. I looked at the page to see, because I figured it was only supposed to take a couple days. It's been 4 days and I still don't have those results, and that's a problem because I need those results in order to hopefully get paid by work for my time off, because I need that money very badly, and I have heard nothing. Today's the first day that I've actually seen any kind of change in that, so it does appear that my test is getting tested right now in the lab. So hopefully later today, or at worst comes to worst tomorrow, I will have my test results that I can quickly submit to work. Now, will that be in time to actually get paid on Thursday? I'm not counting on it. I did submit my at-home test already yesterday to hope that maybe that's enough. I'm not thinking it is, but I mean, at this point, I got to do whatever I can to hopefully get paid, because I need money. And to be essentially off for 2 weeks without pay is not good. So yeah, I submitted that. Hopefully things will go my way. One other thing, I think I'm starting to get my sense of taste back, because I've started to be able to taste certain things. Like today I got a burger with a garlic aioli on it, and I can kind of taste the garlic. It's not a strong flavor, but I'm starting to be able to taste things again, so that's good. Hopefully in the next few days I'll fully get my sense of taste and smell back, but I'll take little improvements. My hand, which is unrelated to COVID, but it's still not great, very sore. it caused some trouble sleeping last night. But I've taken a number of pain relievers. I put muscle relaxing Aspirin on it. I've done everything I can. I soaked it in hot water yesterday, so hopefully that will improve soon, especially because I'm supposed to go back to work on Thursday for one day, so we'll see. But yeah, that's really all I got right now. Just hoping that I can somehow get paid this week because I really need the money. And yeah. Further update, I did just get my test results, and as expected, they were positive. So I just submitted those to health services. Hopefully they'll do what they need to do with those in time. I'm a little worried just because payday's in 2 days. So I don't know if it's going to happen in time for me to actually get a paycheck. I'm really hoping, but we'll see. But it was a positive test, so you can't deny the fact that I'm positive, considering an at-home test said I was positive, and the test I did with the city said I was also positive. So hopefully it gets to who needs to get it in time, and I can actually get a paycheck on Thursday or later this week. I just need money, so hopefully that will happen in time, but I don't know. We'll have to find out. Hey everybody, it is Wednesday, and not a whole lot to report in terms of how things are going. I do feel like I'm getting my sense of smell and taste back finally, which is great. Last night I was actually able to smell and somewhat taste my dinner, so that's good. I also brushed my teeth and I could taste the toothpaste, so that's coming back. That's good. I feel pretty good. We're about at the end of the period that I have to be out, so I'm starting to feel a lot better than I did, and my wrist is actually improving. It's not as sore and bad as it was towards the beginning, but it's getting there, so that's good. The problem I'm running into now is the fact that because I was unable to work, I was hoping / kind of forced to rely on the fact that my work was actually going to pay me for my time off, and more than likely they still will, but the problem I have is the fact that it doesn't look like it's going to come tomorrow, which is when I need it, because that's normally my payday. So I basically am going to have to rely on family to help me get through the next week, because I have no income right now because I was unable to work. So that's a concern. I mean, it's one of those things where I don't really have much of a choice. I can't work when I have this virus. So hopefully that money will come in next week, because I could really use it. I'm very broke. But that's really all I got to report right now. Last I checked with Corey, he only lost his sense of smell. He could still taste. So hopefully he won't have it nearly as bad as I did. But I don't know. We'll see what happens, but at least, things are improving. I'll be able to go back to work next week, and hopefully things will begin to move in the right direction, especially if I can get paid either later this week or next week, because I could really use it. Hey everybody, it is Friday. Today's been pretty good. I will say the big thing that's positive is I don't have any symptoms anymore. Didn't yesterday either. I didn't film anything, but I don't have any symptoms. And I'm also cleared to go back to work officially. So that's really good. So I can actually, start earning money again, which I badly need to do. So that's good. However, I did have yet another mishap, because why wouldn't I not have a mishap? My bed broke. The bed frame, 2 of the legs towards the bottom just snapped off randomly when I was sitting on it earlier today. So that's fun. I did work with Corey, and we were able to kind of jerry-rig a duct tape mount to get the legs to stay, at least for now. And we've tested it. It works. I have to be very careful. So the background on future videos might look a little different, because I can't really sit in my normal spot because of my bed frame, but it's okay. I mean, it functions, and as long as I'm very careful, hopefully it will stay up and I won't have to worry about that right away, because I'm not going to be able to get another bed frame for a little while. I have way too many other things I have to take care of. So there's that. But yeah, just positive things regarding my health, but negative regarding other things, because what else is new? But I have one more day of quarantine on, and then, well, I mean, it's not really quarantine anymore because I'm better, so I'm clear to do what I need to do. But I have one more day off, and then I go back to work on Sunday. So yeah, should be interesting to see how tomorrow plays out. Hello everybody, it is Saturday and we are at the end of our comeback, sort of the Quarantine Chronicles. I'm good now. I feel good. I don't have any symptoms anymore. I've already been cleared to go back to work, like I said yesterday. So I don't really have much to report. Corey is thankfully also doing well. He hasn't really had any other symptoms besides the loss of smell, so that's positive. But yeah, I feel good. I'm ready to go back to work because I need to go back to work, and that's really all I have to say. So as kind of a recap slash suggestion, I'm fully vaccinated. I got COVID. It's not fun at all. If you are able to do so healthfully and safely, please get vaccinated. It will help. I know it seems odd that I'm saying that considering I was vaccinated and I still got it, but I'm sure it would have been a lot worse if I was not vaccinated. So because I was vaccinated, it was a fairly mild case. Still wasn't fun, but I made it through, and I made it through okay. So just be careful, isolate yourself if you get it, wear a mask if you're asked to, be safe. There you go. So that is going to do it for our comeback episode of the Quarantine Chronicles. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. In terms of videos for the next few weeks, I'm going to try to start releasing more content. Obviously, there's a lot of things in flux because I haven't really made any content for this channel. So I'm going to try to at least release one video in addition to this one every week, or the Sunday video. And if I can make more, I will make more. Eventually, we're going to go back to that 4-day-a-week schedule. But obviously, this whole situation has kind of messed things up a bit. So eventually, we'll go back to 4 days a week. But right now, I'll release videos when I can on, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, in addition to the Sunday video. You will get a Sunday video every week, though, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, thanks for watching, and hopefully we will not do another episode of the Quarantine Chronicles. Next week, you will have another This Week with Big C. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.